Hello everybody, welcome to Dude with a Fork. My name is Ken. On today's episode of Ken Cooks Stuff, I am making white chicken chili. This is completely dairy-free, except for a tiny little amount of cheese that I'm going to add at the end, which you can leave out. But I am making this super quick and super inexpensive because I'm using canned beans and jarred fire-roasted hatch chilies that I got from Costco, which are a pretty good deal because a little bit goes a long way. And I'm using rotisserie chicken. And rotisserie chickens around here are about $5 if you go to Costco or Sam's Club, and they're pretty big. So I'm using just the legs and thighs and a little bit of the breast meat to make this. So it's an amazing dish. I'm kind of regretting I didn't make it earlier because it is so good. So it doesn't take that many ingredients. If you've got the rotisserie chicken and the fire roasted chilies, you've probably got everything you need, so let's get started. Alright, so the ingredients for our white chicken chili are this. Basically, I went to Sam's Club yesterday and bought a rotisserie chicken, and this is all of the white meat. There's quite a bit here. These are the legs and thighs and also the wings because I will have a snack of those later. So what I'm going to do is take these breasts and the large pieces I'm going to freeze because I did take all the skin and bones and boil them down and get a nice rich chicken stock. Actually, I should show you what that looks like. I'll be right back. Okay, and here's what that chicken stock looks like. There's a little bit of fat. Actually, I have two containers like this, but you can see it's this deep, rich color. So what I'm going to do is take the major parts of the breast, freeze them. I'm going to make chicken enchiladas with one package later, and I will make some rice with this and freeze it, and then I'll make some chicken fried rice with it later. But all the little tiny bits here, and all of the bits from the legs and the thighs, I'm going to put into this white chicken chili. So let's get those out of the way and look at our other ingredients. So this is not... all right, my lids were leaking. So this is dairy-free. So I have 3 cans of Great Northern beans. I'm going to take one of these and mash them up, and that's what's going to make our soup thick and creamy. And I might go in with some cream-style corn. I'm kind of on the fence about this. We'll see what volumes look like when we get things going. I'm going to start off with some green onions. I think I'm going to chop up the bottoms and put those in at the beginning and then use the tops for garnish, but I think I'm going to need more than what's here. So I've got part of a yellow onion in the refrigerator that I will also use. I'm going to use some chicken stock, and I'm just heating up some water and adding some better than bouillon. If you have chicken stock in a can or a carton, or you just want to use some chicken bouillon powder, which is perfectly good stuff, or chicken bouillon cubes. The only thing is just be careful with the sodium that way. I have 3 spice ingredients. So I have 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of cumin, and a teaspoon of Mexican oregano. You can use regular oregano if you can't get Mexican, but they're really different. And a lot of people will say, yeah, if you can't get Mexican, just use regular. And I'm like, if you can't get Mexican, probably just leave it out because they're not the same. They're very different. So we will use those. Now, question, what kind of chili are we going to use? A lot of people use these mild or medium diced green chilies that you can get in a can. This is a 4-ounce can. These are just green chilies from Meyer. Walmart has these green chilies that are fire roasted and peeled. And these are good, but these things in the can aren't always the highest quality. And if you go to Trader Joe's, there's this Hatch Valley salsa, which Hatch, of course, New Mexico, is well known for their peppers. This is with fire roasted hot green chili peppers from the Hatch Valley, and this will work. This also has tomatillos in it, though, and a little bit of lime juice and also garlic salt. So this isn't just pure peppers, but this will work, and it's pretty good stuff. They are fire roasted, so you do get that smoky flavor. But what Costco has is these 505 Southwestern flame roasted Hatch Valley green chili, and this is nothing but Hatch Valley green chili peppers, a little bit of garlic salt, and some lime juice concentrate. So it's basically this stuff without the tomatillos, so you can see it's much thicker. Now, I used to buy this, and it came in a gigantic jar, and it was more than I could use, and I always felt bad because I couldn't figure out how to use up the whole jar. Well, now they make a 2-pack that are just 2 smaller jars, and I'm like, well, I can definitely use up 1 jar at a time because if you remember, I said I'm going to make some enchiladas. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this as a green enchilada sauce. So my first job is to chop up some onions and some chicken. This is going to go really quickly because basically these are cooked and the chicken is cooked. So really all we need to do is saute the onions and get them softened a little bit. So I'll meet you over at the stove. We'll have things going for you. See you in a bit. All right, so in my big Dutch oven here, I have the bottoms of all those green onions and then some additional white onion. And these are getting nice and soft now. Probably a cup of onions in total. So, and these are cooking over medium-low heat. I lost a mic cable, so I had to turn this oven off, and so there's a little bit of browning there, but that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add in a cup of, or a can, wait, no, stop. I'm out of order here. I want to add my seasonings. I want to add my cumin, and I want to add my garlic powder, and I want to add my oregano, and I'm going to try to crush this up just a little bit. And I almost went in with the beans, but then remember, you always want to bloom your spices and herbs in the oil because most of those flavorings in the herbs and spices are oil soluble. So you'll get more flavor out of them if you get them in here and get them coated with oil and let them start to get into that oil. So, all right, so that looks good as far as I can tell. So I'm going to go in with a can of beans, and I'm not draining these at all. So, and we are indeed empty. So this is going to be the can of beans that I mash up. And I could go in here at this point with a potato masher and kind of go crazy with it to get these mashed up as much as possible. I could also just use this spurtle to kind of mash them up a little bit because they're great northern beans. They're in the can. They do mash fairly easily, but I am hungry and I don't want to be here all day. So I'm going to get our chicken stock in here. I'm going to start with just a cup and see where that gets us. Right. That looks good. And what I have over here is a stick blender. And if you do not have one of these and you like cream style soups and you're making a lot of things that say, oh, carefully pour this hot boiling liquid into a blender, you really owe it to yourself to get one of these. So I'm just going to tip this up. These here, these little slots, we want under the liquid. So all right, well, there's a bean stuck right in there. Okay, so we'll just give it another go here. And there we go. Got some onion stuck on there. So yeah, and yeah, I blitzed up these onions a little bit too. That's okay. Then these things are brilliant. All right, so there's the business end of it, and all you need to do is rinse this off in some soapy water and then rinse it, and it's good to go. So into the sink with that. I'm going to let this get hot. I don't think I'm going to need this other cup of chicken stock, so I will save that for something else. I think that these other 2 cans of beans, I'm not going to drain them and rinse them. I'm just going to pour this liquid that's on top off and just add the beans to it. So we're going to bring this up to a little simmer, see where we are, see if we need to add a little bit more garlic or cumin. I just wanted to kind of get a taste of this before we add anything else in. And so we'll be back in just a little bit. All right, so our base is coming up to a simmer. So I'm just going to give this a quick taste. A lot of steam coming off of that. So hope you can see things okay. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Perfect. I can taste the cumin. I can taste the garlic. That oregano is adding a nice floral bit to it. So I'm going to go in with our other 2 cans of beans, and you can see I just poured stuff off the top. That extra liquid that was on the top. Get them all out? If not, I'll get them out later. So you can see we are just down to the beans. And that looks good. And here's our chicken. And this is, again, the thighs and the legs. I've cut them up into fairly small pieces because this is going to come together fairly quickly. But there's a lot of connective tissue, and I think I've gotten it out, but I don't want somebody getting stuck on a piece of griddle or gristle. So I've cut it into short pieces just in case I did miss that. We will get that out. I want to add my green peppers first, though. This is a full cup of those fire roasted peppers. So this is equivalent to about 2 of those 4-ounce cans. So I'm going to add half of this first because I love this stuff, but it's been a while since I've had it. So I want to make sure it's not too spicy. If you're daring and all that and you like spicy food, and I do, you can go ahead and add everything all at once, but I want to see what it tastes like. Okay, so this is about 3 to 4 cups of chicken, and I'm just going to get everything stirred around, and you can see those chilies in there looking absolutely gorgeous. So I am into this real time, probably between, you can see the little fire roasted bits. Yum. I'm into this real time, probably about 30 minutes. This is not a dish that takes a long time to put together because basically if you use canned beans, everything's already cooked. So I'm going to grab a spoon and see what this tastes like with the chilies in there. So now you know I wanted to taste it before. Okay, so oh, that is delicious. Oh, there's a little bit of heat with those. I forgot how much heat there was. And of course I spilled some on the floor. Okay. So this is looking pretty good. So all it really needs to do is for this to come up to a simmer. And yeah, I think this needs to come up to a simmer, and I'm going to chop up some green onion tops to put on here, and then we are going to serve it up and see what we got. So, see you at the table. Okay, and here we are. I have some cheese and green onions on a plate over here. So I'm going to add some cheese to the top of this. And some scallions. I've cut these on a diagonal just so that they look pretty. And there we go. It is gorgeous. It is fast. It is gorgeous because the only dairy in here is on top. It's fairly low fat, so and yeah, so I mean it's I mean a lot of recipes call for putting in like a whole block of cream cheese, and you can see this is still nice and thick. So let's get a taste of this, and I know I'm just going to spill terribly. Okay. That is so good. This is amazing. Rotisserie chicken, of course, is fairly inexpensive in most places. At Sam's Club and at Costco, I can pick up a rotisserie chicken for $4.99 plus tax because we have, in my state, we have sales tax on hot foods. But yeah, you know, so I could make 6 cans in one whole chicken, and very few other ingredients, just an onion and some spices and those jarred peppers. And wow, yeah, this is amazing. You could feed a lot of people very inexpensively with this. So, Mmm, 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 mmm. I decided not to add the can of corn because the chicken is so flavorful and the chilies are so flavorful. I really thought you wouldn't really get much out of the corn flavor. So, but I might the next time I make this, which will probably be in a few weeks, because this is absolutely amazing. So, yeah, wow. I've been meaning to make this for a while, and now I'm regretting that I didn't make it sooner because this is so amazing. So, I'm going to finish eating this and go clean up the kitchen. Thank you so much for watching this. This is, oh my gosh, yes.
And that's it, folks. As always, thank you so much for watching. Links to free printable copies of any recipes here are down below in the show notes. Please like, comment, or if you'd like to see more of this kind of material, subscribe. As always, please stay safe, eat great food, and power to the proletariat. We'll see you next time.